welcome to this STAIR Tailored. I'm Sarah Powell from the University of Texas at Austin, and right now we're focusing on subtracting fractions with unlike denominators, and right now we're going to use the set model. So what is the set model? The set model means that we can take any sets of objects and we can use them to show fractions. And right now I'm going to use the two color counters to solve this problem here, 7/8 minus 1/4. So let's see how we can use our two color counters to help us solve this problem. So we have the problem 7/8 minus 1/4, and so I have it written here in the abstract form, so we always remember what problem we are solving. And I'm going to start with 7/8, which means I'm going to get a set with 8 equal parts, and then I'm going to show 7 of those 8 parts. And so I just quickly flip these over. So here I have a set where 7 of the 8 parts are red. So this fraction represents 7/8. Now, oh, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat today. For my reference, I need to subtract 1/4. And so I'm going to put that down here. Notice that I call this my reference set, and I need to subtract 1/4. Now I want to subtract from this set here of the 7/8. But right now, each of these counters in this fraction represents 1/8, and each of these counters right here represents 1/4. So it's quite difficult for me to take this fraction away from this fraction because the value of the counters or the parts are not the same. So here's where we need to find common denominators. So I'm going to list out the multiples for 8. And I'm going to list out the multiples for 4. And then, oh, it's not 6, it's 8, Sarah. Oh my goodness. All right, so what is the least common multiple? The least common multiple here is 8. So here I already have a fraction with the denominator of 8. I don't need to do anything. But here I have a fraction with the denominator of 4. And I'm going to iterate this set one time to get me to where I have a fraction with a denominator of 8. And iteration just means I'm making a copy, all right? So now I can see that 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8. Now for my reference, I am not going to do anything with this reference set right here. I need to take away 2 of the 1/8 counters. Now for subtraction with these counters, I can't take away those 2 counters just like that because then I wouldn't have a denominator of 8. Instead of taking them away by moving them, I'm going to take away by flipping them over, all right? So when I have 7/8 and I take away 2 1/8 pieces, I have a difference of 5/8. And I can go ahead and write that here. And if it's helpful for students, I can write this fraction problem, 7/8. Remember, I took away or subtracted 2/8, and again, that equals 5/8. But really emphasizing that we're focused on the parts of the fraction, the numerator, and the denominator, or the group, or the set, remains the same. So thank you so much for tuning into this STAIR Tailored. We'll see you soon.